Alright, hello, welcome. This is Road Warden, a text-based RPG. We're gonna start a new game. Everyone knows to stay safe from the wilderness. Most people will never risk a lonely journey. Road Wardens not only accept this struggle, they embrace it. They deliver messages, assist merchants, burn human corpses, if possible, get rid of the beast and the highwayman. They live on the road to die young or retire early. It's a dangerous job, but it's a respectable one, and it pays well. Leave the safety of the walls. Oh, yeah, let's do stand. The wall is standing. There are no wolves around, no stench of blood, good signs. This should be the place you're looking for. You were supposed to meet with a group of soldiers, but you hear no voices, no sounds of labor. The gate is ajar, but the camp isn't safe. It may keep away the goblins and peddlers, but not the beast folk, nor trolls, and the night is near. Your your palfrey breathes heavily. It has been a long day. Hmm. I dismount, sneak to the gate. Let's peek. Your heavy boots hit the ground, and the pain of the long ride finally catches up with you. You stretch out, bringing your back and legs to comfort. All you want now is a table and a decent chair, a nice mug of beer, and a warm stew. With any luck, your axe won't be needed here. Take care of yourself. If you're exhausted, some actions won't be available to you. The weaker you are, the higher chance you'll die in combat. Okay, kinda like this already. If it's a military camp, it doesn't look that parked. Plenty of wasted space. The fire pit is cold. Two people are standing at the table, tired and disheartened. They're looking indifferent, directions paying no attention to one another. One of them is holding a cup. After a moment, you notice the quiet humming. You recognize a melody of light-hearted drinking song from a city harbor. They don't look that much of a threat. I can enter. It takes them a few breaths to glance in your direction. The first person greets you with a wave of his hand. There are bags under his eyes. His beard is messy despite having a simple shirt. He's wearing durable, decent boots. A mace with a head of convered iron hangs at his side, but he doesn't reach for it. I take a second look at the soul. I take a look at the second soul. Just like you, she's wearing the gambeson, but hers is a bit loose, as if she took it off a corpse. Her head is shaven, as if she's protecting herself from flesh-eating bugs. Her eyes wary yet kind, she smiles. Considering the squad was sent here half a year ago, these two surely look part. Through there should be more of them. 8, you believe. I let them speak first. Oh, it's nice to meet you, unhardened traveler. In this god-forsaken shithole makes me just a tiny bit more hopeful. The bearded man's voice is strong yet timid. You'll be staying the night with us, yes. I guess. We are soldiers. Oh fuck, I can't do the female voice. I'm sorry, guys. We're soldiers. He and I adds He and I adds the armored. Oh, he and I adds the armored woman. Her moment switches from half asleep to relaxed. We'll do our best to keep the camp safe, but if you were to take the first watch, it would be a huge help. Travelers out to help each other. What wouldn't you say? You think for a moment to fully rest. You need a good sleep. I'm exhausted. The man looks away. If you say so. Though, better keep your axe nearby. The nights here can get spooky. I'd say sinister. The other soldier snorts. Oh, that was the female. Whoops. I asked him about their lieutenant. I wonder how you phrase your question. Distanced. I'm looking for your lieutenant. The woman stands up, dusts off her gambeson, adjusts the sword on her side, and rests her hand on the hilt. Her shoulders are straight, her eyes attentive. It, it be me, traveler. Are you in trouble? I'm fine. I'm your new road warden. I took you for a wayfarer, to be honest. When you mention that, your mount is waiting for outside. She raises an eyebrow. Shouldn't you go unsaddle it? I bet it's tired. She glances at the gate, then at her companion. Her voice drops in the slightest sign of wariness. I expect you're looking for directions. I'll help you as much as I can. She reaches out for you, Lieutenant Tulia. Shake her hand. Uh, that's a randomly generated name. Sure, Lito. Her grasp is confident. The shake is slight. Just keep your horse away from the tents. She steps away. We don't need to smell it's done. Ah, there's this one issue. The soldier in the shirt also rises his feet. We've no tent to spare. You'll have to use a blanket or something. No problem. I enjoy observing the stars. You walk through the gate. Your mount looks around and snorts anxiously. Not many humans could ride a horse. It's not only taller than you, but also bulky, as heavy as it's strong. You can get in the saddle within a single breath, but most people wouldn't know where to where to even begin. From every side, it's a wall of flesh. Horses were brought to the Dragonwoods from the conquest in the south. They they can trot for a long time, but won't outrun some of the local monsters. Your pal Frey, your pal Frey needs to survive, but without it, you won't. You would be too lost. It's my only companion here. I want to feel at ease. It takes takes a few steps toward you, scolding you with another snort. You scratch the bottom of its neck with strength and confidence, just the way he likes it. Humans see useful animals and even pets as monsters in disguise. Getting emotionally attached to them is believed to lead humans to their doom. But you know that horses need companionship. Speak to it gently and lead it to the camp. You end up next to the fire pit. Removing the saddle makes the horse nicker with relief. You take a couple of minutes to examine its back just in case. While you are riding, the equipment is not that heavy for such a strong animal. With enough time, it starts to chafe. You wish it had something better to eat than the shabby grass. You should look for an inn. I need to unpack. You haven't brought that many things. and you've lost one of your sacks while fleeing the Crimson Corpse Eaters. Worst of all, you have no rope left, but maybe the soldiers could share one. Shouldn't cost more than a dragon bone. Aside from a traveler's set, you own a few valuable possessions, essential for your trade. Fighter, I spent my savings on decent combat equipment. I have a fine gambeson, an axe made of steel, and a reliable crossbow with quarrels. I'm a mage. I have talismans that help me use my powers, as well as an iron axe and a worn gambeson. I carry writing instruments and alchemical ingredients, as well as an iron axe, a worn gambeson, and a healing potion. I might pick the scholar. There we go, we're a scholar. Let's check our inventory. It's our gambeson, our axe, a pouch full of coins, writing ingredients, instruments. You unpack and inspect your belongings. Your water skin isn't pierced. Spare clothes are still here just in case you take a look at your wooden bowl and mug. Your cape, tinderbox, bandages, foods, rations, knife, nothing special or too cumbersome. From this time, from time to time, your routine helps you avoid mistakes, but this doesn't make it any more exciting. I return to the soldiers. They're at the table again, observing your beast and chattering between themselves. Your stomach growls at the sight of them eating out of their wooden bowls. There's no meal for you, but you can sit down on a lawn tree. I'll take some of my own rations. In the last inn, you got a smelling loaf of dark bread, decorated with the sunflower seeds. It tastes great even by itself. When on the road, most people have to think of themselves. Soldiers live with and for their companions, continuously, on the move from part of the realm to another, making sacrifices to protect their group. As they face dozens of hideous creatures, their lives are filled with discipline, hardship, and camaraderie, camaraderie, or something like that. Road wardens, on the other hand, learn how to work by themselves. They seldom engage in open combat, patrolling the same roads for years. They help the settlements stay in touch, but also maintain commerce, commandments, settle down, forge friendships. When there are no laws to follow, they use their own judgment. Different responsibilities, different lifestyles. I eat slowly, enjoying myself. In the meantime, I speak with Tula. She's focused and she chooses her words carefully. She looks away, one when she gathers her thoughts. I can only say as much as I know, and it's not that much. She nods towards the other soldier. As you can see, there's not a lot of us left. At the beginning of summer, there were 8 of us, including our previous lieutenant. 5 are dead. One has run away in tears. We're also strangers to this land, adds her companion. Any piece of information that may help me do a job? The man leans forward. His legs shake nervously. He sounds like a kid asking a bard to sing one more story, tell a joke, or do a magic trick. Whatever it takes to escape from the boredom. His untrimmed beard hides a much younger face than you ordinarily thought. What did the locals tell you? I expect not that much of a soul to govern these lands. What I've discussed with officials should stay between me and them. I share what I consider to be relevant. Tell the soldiers how little guidance you receive since this area is too far away from Holovan to keep it under control. You are warned that it's untamed and unknown. Who knows how many villages, bandits, or monsters may be found, unmapped hills and forests. From time to time, new people come here to look for boundless opportunities. Most of them never return. Do they turn into walking corpses or find what they're looking for? No soul could tell me, so I was looking for your guidance. The lieutenant drinks out of her cup, crosses her legs, ankle on one knee. Seeing her chair makes you doubt she'll even find a comfortable position. Where should we start? Tulia, how did you become lieutenant? That's not much of a story, honestly. She looks at her hand, which is currently rolling over a mug, currently rolling a mug over the table. In a city, in the city, there's a strict order of what should I call it. She exchanges looks her companion, but with her companion, but he can't help her. Well, leadership succession, I guess. Holovan chief selects commanders, those select lieutenants, and those put their soldiers in order of priority. If a lieutenant dies, they get replaced by the next soldier in line. So were you his successor? Nah, not exactly. When we fought bandits, our lieutenant was hit by a single shot. His boyfriend, his boyfriend jumped to him, but he failed to protect either of them. From the spell, it was like a ball of ice, that huge, a ball of ice that hung above them and exploded, piercing their heads, completely avoiding the shield. Really unpleasant. She pauses. And you were the third one on that line, right? Jumping like that to save a man in the middle of an attack doesn't sound like a wise decision. I agree. But so what? He's dead. I doubt he's going to learn much from scolding. You were the third one on the line, right? Yeah, basically, she says without enthusiasm. I didn't plan to become a leader, though I'll get demoted once we return to the city. I prefer to follow, anyway. Anything I should know about this camp? The story is brief. Some merchants built the camp to have an extra shop for mules and donkeys. Just between the inn, the southern villages, there's plenty of grass here, a pond nearby. When the peninsula grew more dangerous, the camp stood abandoned from the, from the time serving as a shelter for travelers. The bandits came here in the spring, further paralyzing the exchange of information between the northern and southern settlements. Since these highwaymen are no more than the situation may reverse, time will tell. You can sleep here whenever you want, the man concludes their table, though don't expect to wake up without pain in your back. I've lost my rope. Could you spare me one? You're in luck. She heads towards one of the crates and moves aside a large linen sack, revealing a rope. She brings it back, and this game uses a lot of words I don't know. Nonchalantly, nonchalantly, never mind. Sits down on a chair. Takes Take it. I was planning to leave it behind. I take a closer look. A fine rope, a regular rope made of hemp herbs. Bye. Tulia nods. He leaves the rope on the table. As what should I know about the peninsula? I'll tell you what I slash know Oh no, I know. And you'll be the judge, says the lieutenant. How long did it take you to get here from the city on a decent palfrey? I'd guess it would be 3, 4 days. And you confirm, she continues. From here, you can reach the coast in about a day. As long as you don't make any stops. Do you know the situation why no ships can get here? You nod. The sea route allows Holvian officials to keep in touch with the coastal villagers, collect taxes, move the soldiers, collect lumber, deliver tools, and then maintaining the order on a wild coast, such as this one, is like filling the ocean depths with coins. Because of the rocks, you can hardly stop a ship for 5 miles from the shore, and boats can get much closer. Can't get much closer. She nods. I don't know that much about fishing, but there's not that many people living by the shore, and they don't crave to stay in touch with city folks. As she pauses, her companion carries on. No soul from the foul north, from the north, ever came to the camp. But when we traveled to the roadside inn, pelt of the north, the happy to trade and play dice. Why not just stay in one of the settlements? The man clears his throat. I mean, you know where to guard this road. This camp is our post. And well, he turns toward Tulia. She lowers her voice. Don't take it the wrong way, Leto. But are you a Devport soul? True. For many years, I've supported the monastery and do my best to become Yeah. Oh, I see. She hasn't looked us away. I don't know that much about the River of Faith, but I'm sure we're not that much different. I'm a unit myself. Unite? Myself, she says with a sort of pride in her voice, so she follows the United Church. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The people here are squinkling. Disquiling? Every few words she taps the table with her finger. Their traditions won't help them negotiate with offers here. She starts towards to draw the lines with her index finger, as if she's pointing at an invisible map. The peninsula is connected with the roads, like a big circle in the northwest. You'll find a weird village at a bog. It's not exactly a pagan. It's not exactly pagan. I don't know. I don't think it even has a priest who claims to be ermite. Erm, Ermite? You nod. She means a fellowship. They do crazy shit, her companion chips in. They use the dead they use the dead to cut down trees and dig soil. Once I saw it, I begged to never return there. I see. So, necromancer, pretty much. You've heard tales of such as this since you were a child. If an isolated settlement manages to survive without a big city's influence, its customs and traditions grow more and more alien. Every generation learns how to adapt to the dangerous conditions. They have to deal with they have to deal with, and the rustic pagan traditions muddy the river of faith. The United Church often warns its members about the crazy druids, necromancers, and blood mages, the bringers of doom, the the traitors to humankind. And how about any monster worth mentioning? Anything that could catch my mount? We saw all sorts of beasts. We all saw all sorts of beasts. The man starts to count on his fingers. Goblins, trents, cats, large and small runners, howlers, wolves, spiked boars, mufflone, eaters, griffins, but we managed to stay away. Some could catch up with most mounts. Oh, some could catch up with most mounts. Tulia glances at her companion. I think this is her talking. Though a palfrey should be fine in the trees, as long as there's tall, flying creatures, the, so tall that the flying creatures can't keep to the coast. And the mountains, there's not that many humans around, and the animals are busy fighting among themselves. They fight more for food than territory. The soldier cracks his knuckles. Don't provoke them, and ride fast. Just count on luck. Were you able to speak with these necromancers? You can see why they're not eager to go. You can see why we're not eager to go there if we could. Avoid it, the lieutenant chuckles. Maybe they'll be more dangerous welcoming to a ward road. These roads are dangerous. With little to no shelter, people need your help. The man in the shirt turns a bit and points a finger to the northwest. If you're heading to the undead village, you'll get to it in first and soon. Tulia nods. Pelt of the North is a safe place. You can talk with the innkeep or the guards, ask them about the road. And how about the East? She stares off the camp, hard to tell. We went there only once. There are hills, forests, rivers, and we saw a tunnel sculpted in the leaves and branches, but we didn't enter it. Wilderness all around. That's all I need to know. She nods. I'm afraid we can't do more for you. Any ideas what happened to the previous road warden? Tulia takes a deep breath. Are you a bit late to rescue for a rescue mission? We haven't heard from him in almost half a year. The soldiers we speak for a bit between themselves, trying to get their story straight. They confirmed that he had stopped by their camp a few times, but stopped showing up in the early summer. The bearded soldier starts to scratch on the table with the tip of his knife, without looking at you. I don't remember his voice. Always busy drowning in things to take care of. He would sit somewhere to sharpen the sword, fix his loud mail, clean clothes, write notes on that wax tablet of his. Yep, and leave at dawn, unlike Asterin. Never gets bored of Tulia. Lets out joyless chuckle. He's secretively, he's secretively, he's secretive. He's secretive, but some of the locals speak about him warmly. Maybe he doesn't like us. Sounds like you're not sure if he's dead or not. If anyone knows, they won't tell us. Maybe someone's keeping him in a basement. The man the man carves with passion. We haven't seen him or Sovereign or his Sovereign. Something ate them. I bet the officials have hired you, right? They don't expect that much. Expect him to return. Richer road wardens often use richer road wardens often use four-legs meat-eating Solarans as mounts. They have to be tamed and trained since they're hatching, but unlike horses, they can easily defend themselves from the many monsters. At least your palfrey is fast, reliable, and won't suddenly sink its teeth into the innocent passerby. Do you know what he was looking for? Maybe he left you a message? Neither of us had any insight into his dealings, says Julia. My predecessor left me with no clues. We also took a look at Astrid's stuff. Wait, she raises her open palm. I almost forgot. She stands up, heads to the nearby tent. He has kids in a village near Holovan. I was planning to take all of his things there on a pouch and a second spare, a decent bow, some potions, quite a treasure. She glances at you, but I would much prefer to bring them the truth about their father. So you want me to find out what happened to him in exchange for his stuff? Here's the catch. She dusted off the hilt of her sword. We've hired a messenger to ask the commoners for further orders since she hasn't returned, and to know nothing about her, she either ran away or something happened to her. She sighs with registration. Yeah, we are are meant to stay here until fall. What do you think? Come see us, tell us what you've learned about the man, and we'll get back to Holden together. You think about your real mission. You're planning to return to Holden in the early fall anyway. If he's alive, I don't know where he's going. I don't know if he's going to be happy about me taking away all his possessions. True, if he's considered dead, I doubt he'd begrudge you or anything, and who knows? You may just find his shell lying on the roadside tomorrow. He wears mail, uses a spear mostly, maybe 5 feet tall, but a stout, long, red beard, short hair, pale face, rarely smiles. She glances at her companion, but he adds nothing. She sits down and stretches out her legs. So find out what happened to him. Dead or alive? Just let me know. I know everything I need. Are you sure? Are you sure? Says the bearded man. We may not be around next time you come here. We should prepare for the night anyway. Oh, gee. Archive, journal. We very much should, Talia sighs with relief. And you need a lot of sleep on your journey. I stand up, I prepare for the night. You go to the barrel, splash water on your face, which makes even more, e- makes you even more aware how much you need to take a bath after the night will only get worse. Your horse is already napping, too anxious to lay down. I look for a place protected by the wind. I use my bag as a pillow, my blanket on the ground. I cover myself with my cloak. Stay tidy. Better chances to influence others. You aren't used to sleeping that much in harsh conditions, but it's better than nothing. The weather is gentle, maybe you won't catch a cold. The stars instantly inspire your dreams with both their splendor and making you look for patterns and shapes among them. Your job starts tomorrow. I focus on the real goal of my journey. The Merchant Guild wants you to take control of this realm. Your wandering duties are secondary first and foremost. You need to explore the peninsula, learn about the territory, resources, and threats, get to know the locals, and if you can convince them to consider your negotiations with the Hovlian locals, traders, could and the could the tribes resist the soldiers or be a threat to the priest of the United Church? Are there any forbidden practicals that need to be eradicated, such as blood magic, necromancy, robbery, or slavery? At least I have time, 40 days to be exact. I need to be as thorough as I can. Once you finish your reconnaissance, you should speak with Tulia, return to Hollivan, and report back your employers and get your reward. In the meantime, you have your own goal to pursue. Alright, I'm going to stop the video here. I love you guys, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you have a good night, good day, whatever it is. Save my game. There we go. Love you.